are back. I don't know if you're gonna edit in the first video I took yesterday, but
yeah.
we're
back.
We're back. The day after everything, and we do not have any topics set, so we are just gonna have
a ramble set.
A ramble set.
Yes.
Neither one of us are high.
No, I could be, but Nova's leaning off of it because she had a crazy morning.
I did have a very insane morning.
The topic of insane dreams is what we're going to start this out with.
Insane dreams that stem from possibly PTSD
and
or
altering
depression.
Universes.
Yeah. So Sinai spent the night.
You said possible depression. You think that could be a factor?
Yeah, I mean, vivid dreams can stem from, depression, but she spent the night last night, and I don't know what it is.
I was actually, sorry, I keep cutting you off, but I was so, like, right before we fell asleep, she was like, I love having you here. And I was like, that was a great way to end my night. Because sometimes I feel like it's like I'm nagging sometimes because ever since summer started, I'm like, I have free time, and like, you're not that close to me, like, distance-wise.
Yeah.
But I've just been here more often.
It's your second home, and I'm glad that you can call it that. I definitely do enjoy having Sinai as my company.
Also, you've just created the comfy vibe. I feel like I haven't been able to have that vibe in my apartment yet, so.
You'll get there. Maybe your new place. But every time Sinai spends the night, I find that my room gets like a lot more hot.
No!
It's not
me.
No, it could be you. But I was like really hot this morning. I woke up at like 4 in the morning and couldn't fall back to sleep, so I decided I laid in bed for a little while, and then I went and made some coffee because my sibling's birthday is coming up, and I have a painting that I've been making and haven't been able to finish, and so I wanted to finish that, so I made the coffee, did some more of the painting, and then I got like really tired afterward, and so I decided to lay down and go back to sleep, and like as soon as I fell into that slumber,
do you remember the first dream? Because there was several.
Yeah, there were several dreams. I think the first dream, it was Akira's birthday party, and I can't remember where we were, but my cousin Brandy and her boyfriend Sean, her fiance actually, they were hosting it, like they were checking people in and stuff, and I just remember the theme being blue, and I was wearing like this denim dress with this like denim vest, and yeah, there wasn't anything really significant about that dream other than the fact that like, my cousin was there and then my dad was there, it was interesting. But the dream that stood out the most to me was the one where my bedroom had become an airplane, and people were sitting and eating, and then out of nowhere we started experiencing some turbulence, and so the flight attendant, he starts taking my decorations down off my wall and like taking my flowers down. And I looked at the flight attendant and I was getting upset. I was like, hey, don't do that. Like, that's my shit. And then this bigger guy.
So your room was a plane?
Yeah, my room was an airplane. And so this bigger guy who was a flight attendant, he goes, no, it's fine. Like, we're just experiencing some turbulence, stuff like that. And I was like, no, this is not fine. This is a dream. And you guys are in my room. And as soon as I said that, the big guy, he like looked at me and he started to laugh. Like, it was like a gradual like build up to an evil laugh, and then like after he started laughing, everybody else on the plane started to laugh, and then I woke up, which I thought was like insane, and then I woke up, went back to sleep.
That's crazy, because I heard some people, like when they have dreams and they tell the people in their dream that it's a dream, like sometimes they'll be like angry.
Yeah, you have to be careful about telling whoever it is in your dream that you're in a dream. I don't know about any negative experiences whenever it comes to lucid dreaming, but like it was definitely uncanny. It was very frightening too.
And that was the first time you've ever lucid?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever like had a lucid dream like that, where I flat out said, oh, this is a dream, like this isn't real, and it like resulted in some creepy shit. I remember waking up and seeing that Sinai was still asleep and thinking like, that's so weird, like I thought I was just talking to her. And like I could have sworn like you were responding to me, but you weren't. They were just creepy dreams. They were creepy dreams, and I love talking about my dreams because you can't have experiences like that anywhere else. Like supernatural shit or just something that you can't see in real life. And so, anyways, what's the weirdest dream you've had, if you can remember any?
I remember. Well, the most recent, I'd say, where it was like kind of lucid or it felt like altering kind of. It was when I was back in my mom's house when you were there.
Oh, lit.
And it was the day we left, actually. And I woke up, and it was weird. It was like the dream had to do. I don't know if you've ever had a dream like this, but it's like you wake up and it's like, okay, I'm getting out of this bed, and I'm like going to do stuff, and there was music playing, like, you know, like my mom's playing music in the kitchen. It was just such like a thing that would just happen. And then I woke up and the music wasn't playing, and then I was like in the bed, but like it was like that was definitely another place.
Yeah.
You know, I was like,
I definitely had dreams like that before.
Yeah, where it feels like, oh, I just woke up.
Like you were out of bed, but you weren't actually out of bed. Yeah. Interesting.
And that sometimes happens. I mean, maybe because I just drank a lot on that trip and smoked a lot of weed, so I like was all mixed up in the head. But because that also happened when I woke up at Damien's place. So it's always when I'm like near people and I'm waking up. That's what happened with you, because you were like waking up and you were like near me. You knew I was there, and then maybe that influenced you.
Yeah,
but,
definitely. Yeah, your brain just does really funny things, and like I guess you could go more.
It's always scary sometimes with dreams, because it's like you want to find the meanings, but it's like sometimes you just don't. Cause it's
sometimes
like,
it's an ugly truth. That you aren't ready
it's
to
like
face.
what do you mean, like? Ugh.
Yeah. So dreams are a beautiful thing, though, especially when you're dreaming about something that you want in your life, or you know, picturing yourself as somebody that you like. Yeah, we're expanding on relationships with people,
I think
friendships.
I've been saying love is in the air right now. Like everybody I know is like finding something, even if it's yearning for someone, or it's somebody reciprocating. It's like everybody has that one person.
That one person, yeah. We're all thinking about somebody, and
or maybe I'm just optimistic.
No, it's a good thing to be optimistic. Like I wish I could be more optimistic about it, but like I don't have like. It's been a really long time since I've connected with somebody, and so like when it happens, I freak out and I tend to like sabotage it. Yeah, and I just
like really deep self-sabotage.
Yeah.
I'm like in my longest relationship I've ever been in.
A committed one.
Yeah, we by the end of summer it'll be like 6 months.
Hey, so, that's half a year.
Half a year. Yeah.
That's sweet.
And I definitely do have just like anxiety, and it's the type of anxiety that never has to do with her. It's just like, wow, this is like so far along at this point. I'm always scared, like, oh, what am I gonna do to like mess it up?
Yeah.
Like it's always like me like blaming myself for what will I do to jeopardize this? But I guess it has to do with just kind of finding peace of mind and not overthinking. Because when you're an overthinker, that shit will show in any relationship you have, in your friendships, in your
That's why people always tell you to be sure of yourself and like have love for yourself before you try and get into it with somebody else, because it's like it's not that.
Do you feel you've reached your max potential of self-love, or
I've reached a level of it. I've definitely reached a level of it. I'm not 100% there, because you know at the end of the day we're always going to be our own biggest critic. But I can acknowledge that you know I'm a decent individual, you know, and I have a lot of love in my heart, and I do believe that I'm a good person. And I can also acknowledge the things that you know, that aren't so ideal about myself, such as my habit of gossiping. Gossiping kind of like, you know, it's not the best thing to have about yourself. And also the whole self-sabotage aspect, where like every time I'm, you know, in cahoots with somebody, I overthink it and then, you know, start doing dumb shit and ruining the opportunity.
Is it like thinking of what they might think of you?
Thinking of what they might think of me, what I think of them, you know, shit like that. And I try so hard not to be judgmental, but like sometimes people are just on different wavelengths than I am, and I don't want to disturb my peace by inviting that into my life. Though you never know, you know, unless you give it a chance, and I don't take chances. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, life has just been lifing, and
it has, and it's scary, and also just like realizing as I've gotten older, just manifestation is so real. Because I've the same as you, I've been manifesting a lot of things, but and it's coming, but it's like scary because it's like, wow, what I'm saying has so much power, and it's kind of like it makes me weary because it's like, fuck, I say a lot of shit, and the fact that that's gonna come to me, like, and I feel like I manifest probably just out of anxiety, just my mindset, you know, like, you know, oh, this shit's gonna fuck up, and then it's like, well, you have that in your aura, maybe it will. So
yeah,
about like what you put out, but that's hard.
It is
like,
hard.
You don't want to just always be watching what you say and think and shit.
It's hard to watch what you say all the time. Especially when I started spending more time with Blue, like she would always call me out on shit that I would say. She'd be like, why are you saying that? Like, you're going to speak it into existence. Like, this is probably why you're going through what you're going through, because, you know, you're saying it out loud and speaking it into the universe. And you know, I found that she was right in some aspects. Like, a lot of the time when I said that,
it's good to have these older badass women.
Yeah, self-aware women who, you know, hold themselves accountable.
And who have been through many experiences and can give you good advice.
Mm-hmm. And they teach you a lot. And, you know, even with Sinai over here, who has, you know, especially a lot more lately, because I've been going through a thing or whatever. I appreciate the way that you call me out on it and, like, you know, just speak.
But, like,
speak
I've been
up,
trying,
you know?
I think just in my way, I feel like we all have stuff we're working on. Like, in my way, I've been trying not to be too accusatory and, like, letting something that upsets me, like, fully, because I can get pretty, like, when I get riled up, I'm very vocal about it, and it can come out, like, really rude, and I know that about myself, because I just can be pretty blunt.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to be more weary of, like, because I know, like, sometimes if something's going on with you or just anybody else, it can be really emotional and have nothing to do with you or the plans you set or anything. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, something that they're going through, so trying to add fuel to the fire is not going to do anything.
I think
for
it's
you
helpful.
Or for them.
I think it's helpful though. Like, for some people, they prefer for you to just listen. But like for me, like if I'm saying something that is concerning or upsetting to you and ruining your vibe, like I appreciate it whenever you're like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this, or maybe you shouldn't think of it in this way. And I never ever look at it as you being judgmental or, you know, blunt. Just you're being real.
I just try to add perspective.
Yeah, and it's a healthy thing for us to have, as you know, with the bond that we have, because like people like Sinai are very, very hard to come by. And I think that's why no, but you are, because like sometimes people beat around the bush and don't say what they're actually thinking on their mind, because out of fear that, you know, they're gonna hurt whoever they're talking to.
Well, to be fair, I'm not like that with everybody though. It's like the people very close to me.
Yeah, it's like
I feel like, and also it's sometimes not even by choice. It's like if something I feel is gonna, like, you know, in an hour or two, it's still gonna be in me. I would rather just like get it out then, so it's not like ruining a whole.
Yeah, don't hold off until.
Yeah, because I know people who wait to say what they are feeling, and it's like horrible for them, and it's horrible for you.
Yeah, and I definitely learned that from you. Like, just, you know, obviously there's a time and place to call people out on shit. Don't like do it in front of other people and embarrass them.
No, that's
like,
I really don't like that.
Yeah,
like
don't
I
do
would
that.
like I wasn't like if like because we have two other friends and we can actually do like a little segment with them too.
Yeah, we could.
But if they came and I was like upset with you, which what like happened earlier, I wasn't really upset with you. It was just like I was telling you, like I was like, well, it's also
I know
my
you weren't upset with me, but
perspective.
like it's nice to have somebody tell me about myself. Like, you're being really negative right now.
Yeah.
And I have to, like, you know, be like, shit, I am being kind of negative. Let me chill out a little bit.
It was also more of just like a check-in. I feel like when you realize somebody around you is not fully like clear mind, you want to check in on that whenever you can, even if it's like they're super happy one moment and then the next moment they're sad, and it's like even if you just saw them kind of happy, you should still check in on them if you saw them sad that one moment.
Yeah, and sometimes
that's
like
it's just like the stress. You can see the stress in them kind of peeking through their actions.
Yeah, and I was stressing this morning. And
yeah, you were vocalizing it, and I don't think you were truly aware of how you sounded at moments. So I was like, are you like, what's going on? And we don't have to hang.
And it's also a matter of like setting boundaries, which is another very important thing about having, you know, deep friends like that, is setting boundaries with them and them being able to be receptive to them and not get upset. Like, yeah, it sucks in the moment, but like it's a level of understanding, and it's important to acknowledge whenever somebody's doing something you don't like and being able to say to them, hey, I don't really like.
And it also just gives you a better knowledge of the other person just in future times.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's just learning more about the people around you.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the moral of it, you know?
It makes us stronger people, and I definitely do think that it helps us to create better versions of ourselves. Like, I've definitely learned a lot being friends with you in the last 3 years, and also being close with your mom and being close with Blue and all of their friends. You know, it's just been a very educational period.
The people that my mom surrounds herself with and like Blue surrounds herself with are like very just like spiritual and like very emotionally connected, and intelligent.
Yeah, absolutely, and creative
and I've
amazing.
And I think you're that person in my life where like when I saw my mom have like her friends and I was like, they're so cool, like how she has like Monica and Blue, like you're that person for me.
Love that, because you're that person for me.
But like, you know, like a very like we're grown, like having fun, and like just like a friend you can also get deep with, because there's lots of people where it's like kind of shallow, like, you know, you go to parties and you have fun and but people don't want to talk like deep talk either. Like,
not a lot of people stick the way that we stick, and I think it's just I'm grateful. We're getting all sentimental on the podcast.
I know.
It's just the realness is that it is important, and we covered this before in the first podcast. It's important to surround yourself with people who are, you know, pure of heart and real and honest and can give you
and
support.
Only want like good for you too.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see how people are like hyping you up. Like, this isn't all your friendships. Like, I'm kind of talking about like a lot of people at once. Like, I'm not just talking about one person, but like I feel like also you want to see how people support you in your wins too, and like really like look like kind of, you don't want to be like, you know, always like focused on how people are perceiving you, but it's also good to like, you know, you're going through something good, like who is like truly happy for you that you're going through that, because you would be surprised, like there's people close to you who just don't really care if you're succeeding, or they're envy. Like, it's really like, I think just changing throughout life, just it's different to see certain people's reactions to just how you're progressing.
Yeah.
And it can be heartbreaking because you're like, fuck, like I gotta not tell this person this, because you know they get a little weird with that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's probably not the healthiest to keep those sort of people around either. You know what I've come to learn?
But then it's like the pain, because it's like I want to keep these people because they're so close to me. But when you see certain stuff, it's like, oh, like I just hate how now I have to watch what I say and like how I act, you know, which is not healthy. You shouldn't be around people who make you feel that way. But.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember Lou telling me one time, because I was going through it with one of my old friends, who didn't like when I talked about certain things that had happened in my life, which is understandable.
Like positive or like
shit with my dad and you know everything.
Like
deep shit, and they didn't like that I would talk about it. And so I remember talking to Blue and her telling me that, like, you know, there are friends that you can have those conversations with and friends that you can't have those conversations with, and you have to be able to, you know, figure out and decipher who's who and, you know, go from there. And I think that, and it's definitely stuck with me throughout the years, because you can't drop lore with every single one of your friends.
And also you can't try to change that person into somebody who will want to listen.
Yeah,
to
that's another thing. Like
I always think I can like change somebody into what I want them to be, but it's like sometimes people are just who they are.
Yeah,
like,
and you can't do anything about it. So.
Yeah,
this is kind of a deep podcast.
Yeah, but it's real.
It's
I
real.
think a lot of people I know would want to listen to this and are going through change themselves. Like, I feel like once I hit like 20, I just got very, firstly, existential, because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is my 20s now, when like I'm really gonna have to do a lot of hard shit on my own, which is a hard realization. But it was also just like, okay, like some of these connections, like which ones do I want to be with me during my 20s? Which is like, you know, a thought to have. But I've also, with all of that and trying to figure out what my 20s are going to be like, trying not to focus on the future too much, because it's been stressing me out a lot, and just being more present.
Yeah, you have to be present.
Yeah.
I found that because there was a period of time when I was like, you know, by myself and constantly picturing what it is that I wanted for my future, that I was just letting the present go by me. And I was like, you know, I found myself wondering, like, where did the time go? And it, you know, went with me thinking into the future, whereas like I could just be here in this moment and enjoying it, and, you know, have memories to tell, and then before I know it, I'll be where I wanted to be. Even if it's not exactly the way that I wanted it to be, like I'll still find things that I love about, you know, the future self that I pictured in the present.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Definitely.
We were gonna touch base on whether rich people, like more, I'm gonna say not necessarily all rich people, because I'm sure that there's decent ones out there, but like mostly celebrities who were born into it, if they can be sympathized with. Because we saw the clip of Kylie Jenner crying about how people are always commenting on her looks, and it rubbed me the wrong way. It rubs a lot of people on Twitter the wrong way. A lot of people were, pointing out the fact that like she completely ruined the image of what a woman's body is supposed to look like, and it's not supposed to look like anything in particular.
And also, it's two sides of it, because yeah, you're probably not supposed to idealize these celebrities and be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to look like. Like, it's not. It's
easier
hard.
to do
it's so
it
hard
when you're young.
It's so hard. Yeah,
it's easier to resist doing that when you're a child. I shouldn't even say a child. This is more of like teenagers who are like in 8th to their sophomore year of high school or whatever, who are struggling with their body image and their identity, and you know, go on Instagram and see photos of, you know, Kylie Jenner and the perfect body that she has and the full lips and the everything about her, and it's like, you know, man, I really wish I looked like her. Like, things would be easier for me if I looked like her. And it was like, you know, you can't 100% blame her for, you know, being upset about the comments that people have made about her body, but in the same breath, it's like you made a decision all those years ago, and now you're going back on it, and now you're surprised that people are making comments about it. And it's like, if it's really that big of a deal to you, boo, get the fuck off social media. Yeah. I know that you're probably profiting off of all of your social media accounts, but at the end of the day, like, if it was really that big of a deal,
I mean, you have to think about it this way. Like, she got famous from, you know, how big her lips are.
She got famous from her looks.
And then she profited, and then you profited off of that and made the lip line.
And now
so
you're
people
regretting
could
it.
feel like they have big lips like you, and you made so much fucking money off of that, and now you're pissed that looks are a center of, you know, the shit that you're getting hate for.
Yeah.
Like, it's all a circle.
Now, we're not saying that you're invalid, okay? You're not watching.
Well, we're saying you're a little less valid.
You're a little less
person
valid than
who's
other
probably
people out
that's
there.
not the best looking in a fucking elementary school who's getting picked at every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Who doesn't have money at all.
But like, I don't know. I just couldn't sympathize with her when I saw that video of her crying, and you know, it's just, you got a good life.
It's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, you're crying about your looks right at this moment, and then tomorrow you have a vacation to fucking Belize.
Yeah, now you're posting photos of you in your bikini.
And you're fine,
because
money does fucking buy happiness. I don't care what anybody
I don't care what anybody says. Money will buy me happiness. And
give me
I will die on that
Give me
hill.
a quarter of her money, and I'd be the happiest bitch alive.
Shit, I'd be good off 15K.
15K. Nah, that's really fast. 1,000 goes quick.
But if you can budget and be smart about it,
yeah,
you could, and especially with us having jobs, like, you keep building on that shit, and it's gonna be good. Like, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But like, sorry, I couldn't sympathize with you. And scene. I will say though, I'm very confident in my body, in my personality. Obviously, I'm not perfect. None of us are. And it's important to hold yourself accountable, especially if it's something that is actively playing a role in your relationships with the people who are meant to be in your life but can't be in your life because you're so wound up in yourself.
You just get to an age where it's like, not like I'm the oldest bitch ever, but like where you start to realize there's so much other stuff to stress about than like the way your body looks, or the way your face, like anything. Because there's gonna be people who fucking love you for it and will kiss up on you for it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, like, love comes very naturally of your personality, and like you are confident in yourself, and you know, you really are just your best potential in yourself, and you don't even have to get fillers. You don't have to get Botox. Like, if you are confident in yourself and you are the most fucking, have a great personality, so many people will want you secretly and will be
openly.
Fuck you. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. There's so many people who want to fuck you. You just don't know. And that's like very comforting. Like, I think everybody was sometimes at an age where they thought they were so unlovable and like, oh, nobody would never want to date me.
Oh yeah.
And like, it's not that hard. You get like, if you get to like 20, even 19.
You just have to insert yourself more.
Yeah, you have to be outside, which is hard.
It is
because
hard.
people got jobs and people got busy schedules.
But you can't hide yourself and then be surprised.
Yeah,
when, like,
you
don't
can't be
gotta
inside
move.
every day and refusing a date and being like, why nobody love me? Nobody's gonna walk through your window in the middle of the night and be like, I'm obsessed with you. And I wish it was that way. I wish you could just be in your room and depressed and bed rotting in a Prince knight in shining armor would go through your window and be like, I fucking love you.
I would hate that.
And give you the best sex of your life that night too. And you guys get married and eloped and run off to a field and you have a farm. And you just like, that would be,
this is so real.
like, I wish that happened, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
And he's famous too. Like, he just
got a
has
little bit of
everything.
money, is willing to provide for you, like.
Yes. All you have to do is cook him a few meals. Actually, you don't even have to cook for him because he has a cook in that house in the barn. Wow, that would be so. I like thinking about future. I would love to have like a little cottage living moment. Definitely.
I thought about
she
building
always
a house.
talks about buying a plot of land, and whenever I hear her talk about that, I'm like, that actually would be such a simple life.
Tell me why your mom sent me an Instagram reel about buying a plot of land. Like people are going and buying homesteads and.
Would you like have like animals and like?
Oh yeah.
I could see that for you.
Yeah, I would
like
have animals.
Horses.
But it takes a lot of research and a lot of hard work because I've seen TikToks of people who live on ranches and farms and shit like that, and it is a lot of work. Like there is a lot that goes.
Would you want to like
farming.
raise your future family like in a cottage type like barn or countryside?
I mean, yeah, a countryside. I mean, the house itself would probably be a little bit more grand, a little bigger.
Like modern.
Yeah, a little bit more modern, but also have like a little bit of a vintage feel to it. I've always wanted like a bit of like a Victorian feel to my house with like really classy furniture.
Yeah, make sure you have a bomb shelter downstairs.
A bomb shelter.
So random, but we're definitely just war.
Prepping for when shit hits the fan, which is going to happen. Yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have been comfortable for a very, very, very long time, and bills are being passed. There's not a lot of media coverage.
You heard about that 2025? What's it called? The thing they're trying to do, like the project 2025 project, where it's like nobody will have rights, black people won't have rights, gay people won't have rights. Like it's like apparently if Trump wins, that's in effect.
No, I didn't know that.
Yep, like it's like everything's gonna be reversed. And they're trying to make America great again, or whatever they say.
Yeah, my aunt used to talk about how like we can't be comfortable for much longer. Like it's been going on for too long, and I think that something's gonna happen that's going to alter our everyday life, and we have to do something to prepare ourselves for that. And I always think a lot of people think that buying a plot of land is gonna help, but who knows?
For whatever, like if it's a zombie apocalypse.
I don't think a zombie apocalypse is gonna happen.
If it was something like that,
like a people apocalypse where everybody is just like, fuck it, we're going to be
another pandemic maybe.
Or that too, stock market crashes, whatever.
Definitely an economy. Something's gonna happen.
Something is gonna happen that's going to literally like
all the poor people are gonna be fucked.
Change that American dream and turn this place into a literal war zone. It's gonna be like the Purge.
Oh my god.
That's what I imagine.
Do you think you could survive a day in the Purge?
Maybe a day.
It's only a day. It's like 24 hours of no police.
Yeah, if I could just hide.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I would have really good hiding spots.
Yeah, I would hide and then survive that day. But like, if it was something that went for a long period of time, I don't really know how long I would survive. I'm manifesting that I survive, until I die, like of old age. But like, there's really no telling. You just never know. You never know. And I've seen The Walking Dead. Not related because those are zombies. No, but like I've.
Such a good game, by the way.
It is a good game, but I'm also talking about the show.
Oh yeah, I watched the show too. That was a good concept. I was like, because they had like 8 seasons.
No, it has like into double digits, over 10 seasons.
That is crazy.
I stopped watching it. I never.
I always thought that one guy was really cute. Yeah, he's really.
Let's not get into
I could see you with him.
Stop.
Or somebody
really stop. He could be my dad. But anyway.
Did you or the other one? What was his? He was like He was definitely like a main guy of the show.
Daryl?
I think so.
His name is Norman Reedus.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he like wears a leather jacket.
He has like long hair, kind of.
Yeah, he's got a crossbow.
He's like country vibes a little bit, or no?
No, not really. He's more of like a backwoods type of guy.
Yeah, I had a girl in like middle school, and she had a biggest crush on him.
And
I was like, I never gave she would have a crush on him because he's not like a middle school crush. Like he's a grown ass. Like,
he's a grown ass man, but like I can see the appeal. For me, I can see the appeal. I had a really big crush on Chandler Riggs, the guy who played Carl. He was really cute for a period of time.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Well, when he was older.
When he was older, his little kid self, no, but like as he got
we gotta cut this
off
because it's a spoiler. Is it different from the show than the game? Because I feel like Lee had some time.
Lee had a little bit of time. He had like a whole day.
Like a week or
no, he had a whole day before he turned into a walker.
Oh my god.
But
what was the saddest Walking Dead death? Game and show.
Glenn, the show. I cried when Glenn passed away. The Korean guy.
Oh yeah, he was so fun.
And then the show, the game. I think Lee was probably
that's the biggest.
Yeah, that was a pretty emotional video game.
They were gonna try to kill off Clementine too, but they knew not to do it.
They knew not to.
Yeah.
AJ knew not to. Shout out AJ.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people did not like that new game. Like the most recent Walking Dead one was Clementine and AJ. Because people don't really like AJ. Yeah, they're like, oh, why are you trying to make her like Ray? Because they think they're trying to make it like a Lee and Clementine like.
Yeah, but Lee dies.
Yeah,
so
but like they're trying to make her Lee, and then like she's raising.
Well, that's basically what's
like
happening.
A full circle. I mean, I get, like, I think it was a good idea.
Everything Lee taught Clementine carries with her and then teaches AJ, and then AJ, depending on how you raise
he's gonna have to teach somebody.
Yeah, he's gonna have to teach somebody.
I know that is gonna happen in this, just
maybe
in real life.
I would like to see them do another season of them a little bit older, because
and her maybe like 25.
Yeah, and AJ like on his own,
like
being able to.
Or something.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Yeah, I would definitely tune in on that, especially if Berlizzi played that. We need to find a way to tag Berlizzi in this. See if he can
collab.
Black women.
Are we cool enough to collab with Berlizzi?
We are not gamers, so probably not. But he's been on a podcast.
If
so
this ever it is gonna get.
It's gonna get big. Yeah.
But I do want to like get in. Like we should do a gameplay like of like our game of our choice. I feel like Walking Dead or Life is Strange. People would tune in.
Okay. Yeah.
Or the newest Life is Strange with Max. I've seen like. I don't like the way she looks, like the new animation.
I haven't seen it like a full blown trailer of it, but
yeah, let us know if you want to see gameplay.
Yeah, let us know, because I don't even know how we would do that.
We would just have to spend something, like probably buy a computer game. I have a gaming computer actually, so we can play to my computer.
Yeah, but how would we?
We just would have to screen record, and then like the phone would just record us playing.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. We could do a lot of different things on this channel, but right now we're just sticking to podcasts. We also have some
vloggy type videos we've been trying to kind of put.
Yeah, like usually when me and Sinai are out, I'll pull out my phone and like start filming and let you know what's happening in the moment. So, but
yeah,
this
it's
is
been
over
a fun
30
summer.
minutes.
It's been a fun summer. Yeah, so we might have a clip later on when we're hanging with our friends, Damien and Sanjelice, the coolest people ever.
Literally.
But we're going to chill a little bit before then, so we will see y'all.